Okay, so quick look surprised. I told you all about my dream. I had no less than three of them. Trump airplane incident. Um, I don't think this was the incident, by the way, but boy, as far as webbot temporal markers and things go, that kind of thing when you start to see little breadcrumbs kind of adding up, so to speak, you do have to ask and wonder, is it about to go down? Just in, Trump's flight to Bozeman, Montana, diverted diverted two billings due to a mechanical issue. He put out a video from the plane, by the way, didn't even acknowledge that it was making an emergency landing. Or I don't know if they declared an emergency, but nonetheless, it was diverted. They had to go deal with something right away with the plane. And the video was 121 in length. So we looked up a certain message board drop, 121. Not anything about airplanes, but it did mention the puppet masters, who's pulling the strings, voting, the voting machines, things of that nature. So Stephen Crypto Karaoke sent it to me. I'm like, okay, I 121, but I don't know. It could be nothing as far as the connection, but it's like it was no big deal to him. Didn't even acknowledge it. Your plane got diverted. You can't land there, sir. We've got to go over here right away due to a mechanical issue. Now, I'm going to remind you, I've had three dreams. All were with Trump. And I've had more than three dreams. I've had all kinds of dreams with things. Many things have happened that I've had dreams of. Again, there's still some big ones that haven't happened yet. But this would be one of them. And I saw, I was in a helicopter with him at first. And I was flying it. I look back to see who I'm picking up. And lo and behold, it's Trump. And I'm shocked. Oh my God, like I'm picking up President Trump. Like, wow, okay, let's go. Just me and him. He's in the back. As soon as I lift off the ground, swings hard right, rolls hard right, boom, crash. Not enough to kill us, but I still was concerned for his safety. And I look back there. He's not back there. I'm looking like it's just a small few seats back there, like almost like bench seat or something. But I was just like, I just saw him. Like, where'd he go? Where is he? And I just get this information. Not that he's not on board anymore. It was he never got on board. He never got on board was the information. But I'm like, well, but I just saw him get on board. What are you talking about? Oh, he's going to somehow get information not to get on board. And we're not going to know about it. Oh my God, was he on board? Did he crash? Is he dead? Oh my God, where's Trump? That was the first dream. Second dream was after my plane crash, my own personal plane crash, which again, I shouldn't be alive. Something saved me. Okay. And they said, you're worth it. 3 days of thanking them every third day. Thank you for saving my life. I heard in my mind, you're worth it. Incredible. Anyways, after my plane crash, which was November last year, 2023, January, I get a second dream in which a mechanical part was in my hand off of the helicopter. I don't know what it was, but I remember thinking to myself, this has something to do with the rotor blade, the rotor head. And I was walking with it in my hand to wherever I was going, try to find part, take it with me, whatever. And this time it wasn't my helicopter, whereas the first time it was, even though I wasn't in the real helicopter that I own. But in the dream, like this helicopter I'm flying, it felt like it was mine. The second dream, somebody was telling me they pulled up in the helicopter, landed it. It was a turbine where mine is not. And yeah, go take it for a spin. Take your family up, man. Go ahead. Go have fun with it, man. Just shoot, go have fun. All right. So I get in the pilot seat. My family's in the back, which I never really saw them, but that was my understanding. And I'm thinking, well, where's the guy? Like, isn't he coming with me? Like it's his helicopter, and I'm not real familiar with a turbine. So, well, let me get out the old manual and the checklist and everything, and let me fire the old girl up and see what we got. Of course, I would never do that in real life, but I do. I start to take off, and once again, as I'm pulling the collective, which is the up and down stick, I'm pulling some collective. It's just getting real light on the skids. It's about to lift off, and I could already feel it wanting to do that hard right crash mover like the first dream. So I set it back down a little bit. Let me try it again. Let me just pick it up a little faster. It's a bigger, heavier bird than what I'm used to. But it was like as soon as I did that, I was like, oh no, 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 set it down. Hell with this. I'm done. Shut it down. Shut it off. Part in my hand, walking back towards the airport. We're on the runway, whatever, or wherever it was parked. So not the runway, basically in what they call the ramp area. So I'm heading back. I see a little outdoor cafe area, whatever. I see the Trump kids, all of his kids, were at the table eating like it was lunch, brunch, breakfast, somewhere around there. And they're just having a nice family time, together. And as I walk a little closer, all of a sudden I see Donald Trump walking towards me. And again, I've mentioned this before, but I've got new subscribers. I got people who never heard this before. I might as well say it again because this did just happen, for God's sakes, with Trump. It didn't crash, but again, mechanical issue, huh? Well, was it sabotage? Was it, you know, and that's why he's not even going to acknowledge it. Just like the attempted assassination, he just kept going on rallies like he had no care in the world. Almost like he just knows whatever's happening ahead of time. But anyways, in the dream, I didn't see him at first, but now he's walking towards me. And I'm walking towards where his kids were because I'm going to make a right to go to the bathroom. And we look at each other and know each other, like secretly. And I'm like, I know, of course I know him. He knows me. We have this little secret relationship that nobody knows about. And we give each other the quick little side eye, just to let each other know, what's up. So he passes. We don't say a word, I don't think. And I ask somebody, where's the bathroom? They tell me to go down this hallway. And then on the right, there's a small hallway. It's right there. So I do that. I'm right about to go in the bathroom in the small hallway. And then there's Jeffrey Epstein of Pedo Island. Hey, Joe. Hey, man. How's it going? How you been? Listen, man, you ever think about joining our side, coming to our side? Listen, not everything, not everything is so bad over here with us, just thought, you ever consider joining us? And again, I was like, well, has he got some people with him? Like, I'm about to go in the bathroom. I don't want to say no right now. And then him to go, well, we can't get this guy, kill him. So I was like, no, I never really thought about it, but man, why don't you give me a couple of days? Let me think about it. And then he was kind of like, oh shit, okay. Like, all right. Damn, like I wasn't expecting that. Shit, all right, give him a couple of days. I'm out of here. So he left. I'm in the bathroom thinking, you little bastard, I'm on the Trump train. And once you're on the Trump train, you can't get off. I'm going on the Trump train. Ozzy Osbourne. We need a remake of that, Steven. Trump train. I'm on a Trump train. So I go to the bathroom, whatever. I just wake up at that point. And as I'm waking up, I'm feeling, things were pulled out of that dream as I wake up. Like, how am I feeling right now? There's like some information I was still getting as I was kind of waking up. And it was basically like, this is just going to sound weird, but I don't care, when you're in the woo, you don't really care about anybody, what they think. Like, not even kind of. But it was like, I had the feeling of like the weight of the world on my shoulders. Like, you don't have to warn him. You don't have to send him another letter or whatever. Hope he gets it, because I did send him a letter about the first dream. You don't have to send him a second letter, But if he gets on that plane, or I shouldn't say plane, aircraft, because my understanding was that this will be an aviation accident, even though they showed me a helicopter, whatever, some type of aircraft he'll be in. It's like, if you don't, It's going to happen. And the world can't continue on a path of recovery like we need uh, in many ways. And I'm not talking about just the economy. I'm talking about the pedos, the Satanists, the deep state, all of it. Only he can do this. Like, that's my understanding. Only he can do this. Yes, he's having some help, but only he can be the guy in charge. So it's like, well, if you don't mention this, don't send him anything, okay? Then, maybe he'll get on the plane and he'll die. That was the Jeffrey Epstein thing. So join us, Joe. Man, it's not so bad over here. Don't say anything to him. Let him get on that aircraft. Let him die. And you've essentially joined us. Thanks for not warning him. That was the understanding as I'm coming out of the dream. Between you and me, I've sent him 4 letters now. Okay? Because not too long ago, I may have mentioned it in the video, I may not have. I think I did. I don't remember. But I woke up out of a dream, a very, very brief dream. It might have even been me taking a nap. I don't remember. But it was very quick and it was just right to the point. It was after the assassination attempt. Send him a reminder. Send him a reminder letter about the previous letters you sent, because it's all the same thing. And just that's it. Just send him a little reminder, a little nudge reminder. And in that, I got the little Trump doll over there, which I don't feel like getting out of my chair to go get. And my son Ian in his hand, and he's standing next to me. We take a little selfie. I print it out as part of the letter that I'm sending to Trump. And it basically, I was in an aircraft accident. I'm telling you this, like, this is going to happen to you. Here's some information I have that could help you. And, you don't realize, well, what happens if, like me, I should have died in that aircraft crash, my own plane, but I didn't. Something saved me, I'm telling you. And what would have happened to my family? The finances, everything. Patreon goes away. My wife would use the crypto. She'd probably have sold it already. And then what? What about recurring income? House is paid off, cars are paid off, but what about some kind of income now? How are they going to live? What about the treasure hunting thing I'm doing? I'm supposed to find this treasure and help the Indians and all these other people in need. Can't do that either, right? So all these things go through your mind. So I was kind of letting them know, like, look, here's my son. I know you have a young son, not so young now, but he's the youngest that you have. And it just makes me think about what happens if I'm not around. And I want you to think about that. So I'm just sending you a reminder letter. If you get any kind of intelligence, and I go, they tried with the assassination. We saw, wink, wink, we saw that. And I think the accident with, I use the word accident lightly, may be coming up. So I had to send a 4th letter recently because I was guided to, in the sleep state, wake up, dream, quick. Oh, okay, do it. All right, I'll do it. So I did. But then I had a 3rd dream. And this is still going back to January of this year. I had the 2nd dream. That was early January. Late January, I get the 3rd dream. And again, like, 3rd time's the charm. Okay, now no more dreams for you about this as far as the event. Like, now we just get ready for it. So he's piloting a helicopter. I'm his co-pilot in the front. It's just us. We're being chased by another helicopter with the Russians. The Ruskies were in it shooting at us. But it felt like that's the cover story. Oh, yeah, the Russians did it. The Russians did it. Yeah, they were chasing us. That's who it was. But they were shooting at us and actually didn't harm us. But they did shoot down the helicopter we were in to where he made an emergency auto rotation landing. And again, I'll give him credit in the dream. Mr. Trump, you flew that helicopter like a boss, son. You flew it like a boss. I was impressed with his piloting skills. We crash land, we get out, we're okay. We run into people, take us into hiding for about 2 weeks or so. Then we came out when everything was clear. So I'm going, okay, 2 weeks of hiding. And the people knew it and took us in at this restaurant or whatever the hell this building was. I think it was a restaurant. So I'm like, is he going to, again, get in an accident in the aircraft that may not be an accident. And we don't know for a good couple of weeks. Is he alive? Is he dead? Nobody's talking. The family won't talk. His sons won't talk. Everyone's talking. No speculation. Maybe that's part of that dream. But we got shot at with bullets. And what just happened with him? He got, again, allegedly, the blood got shot in the ear, grazed, whatever, bullets. So there's some meaning there in that third dream. But they all involved crashing of helicopters. And I think there was a message in there for me about my own, which I've mentioned before. And there is my tail rotor has a little slop in it. And I think I did have a dream the other day that it was the easier of the two fixes for that. Like cheaper, easier one, not the oh crap one. And okay, so it's like a wear item, a maintenance item. Yeah, you can still gotta be taken apart, but it's not gonna be like, oh my God, how much is it gonna cost? So again, helicopters have two rotors, main rotor, tail rotor. My dream, the second one, was rotor head part. Pretty ironic that this is now something I got to fix. Again, the tail rotor of my helicopter. So I just said, got to do a video. Old Steven, man, Joe, you see this? Mechanical problem with this plane, huh? The old wink, wink Boeing that has a bunch of problems lately for some reason. That's all in the news. And now all of a sudden it's not anymore. Huh. And is that going to be the cover story? Oh, his plane went down. The Boeing's had these problems lately, but President Trump flies a Boeing, Or was it sabotage? But if he gets that little bit of intel on the day of, that damn bald guy, Joe, that son of a gun sent me a fourth reminder letter. I hope he read it. I'm sure he gets tons of letters. I'm just not feeling right today. I think I'm not going to get on the plane today or the helicopter or whatever he's going to get on that day. And then we hear the news. But again, you don't know whether he was on board or not. And you're not going to know for a little while. I think that's my understanding. Whether we do or don't know for a little while is meaningless. The main thing was aviation accident. Oh my God, Trump. But first dream, he's not on board. And it made me think, if I don't ever mention this to him or try to get a letter to him, is it actually going to happen? But he is on board. And I got some little nudges saying, send the letter. Full send, JSNIP4, full send. Okay. So I did 4 times now. And again, I can't say for sure whether he got them. I never got a response about it, but I feel like he did, honestly. And I think it's going to make him make a decision when the time comes, because he's going to know. Like, he's going to know when it's about to happen, whether it's intuition or, and then he thinks about the letter he got, we got a little bit of intel that something, the mechanic crew that worked on your plane, like, for example, I'm going to end this video with this example. He had to go get emergency maintenance. So naturally, you would think if his plane or any aircraft he owns needs maintenance, he's taking it to the same place with the same team of people working on it that he respects, the company, whatever, knows, trusts, doesn't worry about sabotage. But all of a sudden, this little maintenance issue that just came up out of nowhere while he was flying to, was it Montana? We got to divert right away and get this fixed. So you got it fixed at some, non-Trump approved place. Is that right? Is that my understanding? Yes, it is. Were your guys standing around watching the crew work on your aircraft when they were fixing it? Again, you would think they should, being a former president and all. And I use the word former lightly. So, did a little something happen when they were fixing it just now? I don't know. Just thought about it as I was about to end this video. Oh, you might want to mention that. You never know. But anyways, I don't need to keep rambling on about it. But that did just happen. Old Steven sent me the message. I said, I got to go do a video, son. Got to do a video. And on that note, stay frothy, my friends. It's getting interesting as hell, isn't it?